This video means so much to me because not too long ago I was in exactly the same position that you are now. I gained 60 pounds with my son and I'm only 5 feet tall, so I was very panicked that I would never have a good body after having him. During my pregnancy was when I was really doing most of my research and developing my method. And I'm happy to say that after I had him, I had a much better body than I ever dreamed that I would ever have. So I'm here to help you do the same with your body after having your baby. I totally understand that it is very challenging to find time for yourself when you have a newborn in the house, but it is so important and the best thing that you can do for yourself and for your baby. As soon as your doctor clears you to exercise, start doing this video as often as you can. If you work hard enough and smart enough, your skin will always come back to the muscle and you can have a better body than you ever had before. Take your time with this video. Please try and do it at least 4 to 6 days a week so that you can really see the results and feel like you're making progress. Now we're going to start with your warm-up. I just want you to sit nice and tall with your feet together. And we're going to start rolling backwards through the belly button. Back, exhale. Bring your head to your feet. Extend beyond your feet with your head and reach up nice and tall, pulling your shoulders down. And roll back. Head to your feet. Extend up, shoulders down. Now we're going to reverse. Come forward nice and tall with your chest and down to your feet and roll back. Up. One more. Extend your legs out and the arms are going to come straight forward like you're rowing and pull back. Reach up to the ceiling. Up. One more, up. And one foot's gonna come in front, and the other one's gonna go behind. You're gonna press your hip up and relax it down. And press up and down. Up. Up. And bow forward. Ceiling. And again, take your forehead to the ground. Now we're going to reach over the top to the side. Just let your elbow fall down and up to center and reach up. Drop the elbow. And one more. Reach up. Back to center. Same movement as before. We're going to row our arms forward and pull back. Reach up and back. Up. One more. And other side. One more. We're going to open up the hip on this side, push it up, and release. And up, and release. Up, release. Reach over your head, and let the left elbow come down. And up to center, and reach, drop the elbow. One more, reach, and back to center. Okay, and now you're warmed up, so we're gonna go on to abs. I'm really just gonna ease back into the abs. After you've had the baby, your abdominal muscles are really asleep and not awake and working for you, so we have to take the time to wake them up, find some muscle memory. So we're just gonna start simply crunching with your legs straight out and your hands behind your head. Make sure that you're pulling your shoulders up as far as we can and you're keeping some space in between your chin and your chest. This may seem really, really challenging, even just this motion to begin with, but it's really important that you just do it because we're training your muscles to wake up and to work for you again. Once we get good at these simple exercises, when we get into the more complicated abdominal work, that's what will really bring the skin back to the muscle after being stretched out from your baby. We're going to lift the right knee. It's going to come into your chest. It's going to come out. It's going to lift to the ceiling and down. Other side. Try and get your leg as straight as you can. That calls upon different abdominal muscles. And legs apart. We're going to lift up and hold and relax back and lift up and hold and relax back. Now we're going to sneak our arm along our leg and just sort of crunch into the direction of your arm. All these different little rotations are really, really important because everybody's abdominals react differently during pregnancy. And whether you've had a C-section or you had a natural birth, the abdominals really take a long time to get back if you're not very strategic about how you work them. Other side. Reach. So really pay attention to the angle that I'm moving in so that we work across your muscle fibers and not just straight in a conventional way. And feet together. We're going to have one foot on top of the other, and we're going to bring our knees into our elbows and just try and straighten them out for a quick second. Back in and extend them out. In and extend them out. If you're not quite ready for that, you can place them down on the ground. But I just need them to become straight. And switch, other foot on top, and pull in. Lift it if you can. I know it's really challenging. And legs apart. Okay, now we're gonna crunch up and take our leg across our body at a diagonal with a slight bend in the leg. I want your shoulder to reach forward and your elbow to reach to your knee. And keep your foot lifted on the return. You've got enough support for your back and the leg that is not active. And other side. Make sure that on the return that you straighten that leg all the way out so that we're engaging the proper abdominal muscles and the move is effective. Sometimes when you don't activate your leg, you can really put some stress on your lower back. Okay, we're gonna continue on with our abs, but I need you to grab one weight this time. And one hand's gonna be behind your head, and we're gonna crunch up with the weight on the outside of the leg, and then on the inside of the leg. Notice that I'm changing my knee rotation. It goes to the ceiling, and then it goes to the side. And the hand unfolds and extends above your head. Now we're going to hold here and pulse. You're going to pulse your knee to your shoulder, and you're going to pulse your weight forward. Really reach it forward. Everything on the other side, switch the weight and crunch up. And one more. Now we're going to hold and pulse. The next part of the abdominal series is the piking series. This is the most difficult series for the abs, but also very important in getting the skin back to the muscle. It really wakes up the accessory muscles and calls upon them to help pull everything back together. I gained 60 pounds with my son Sam, and I'm sure, as you know, there's the little flap of skin that hangs that you think you're never going to get back to the muscle, but this series is really, really magical in helping get that done. So, We're going to lay back. The hands are going to be on either side of the weight, and your arms are going to be extended over your head. Now, you're going to see me bring my legs up at the same time together. If that's too advanced for you right now, it's fine for you to put one foot down to anchor yourself and just lift the other leg like this. And most of you, this is probably going to be where we're going to start. So we'll do a series of a few like this. And then when I bring both of my legs up, if you need to continue like this for a bit of time, that's completely fine. But I'm crunching up and really reaching, and everything's very controlled. All the way up and all the way down. You can exhale on the way up and inhale on the way down if it helps. Just don't constrict your breathing. Really focus on getting in touch with your abs again. For some of you, you may not even feel a lot of this abdominal work yet, and for some it's going to be really challenging. But once your abs start waking up again, you'll really feel it. The worst thing that you can do is ignore your abs. As soon as your doctor releases you, you really need to start working them every day. And switch. Make sure if you're flexible, you're not cheating by taking your leg farther than you're reaching your abs up. Everything meets at 90 degrees. And now both legs out, and we're going to bring both legs up and meet at 90 degrees. If you feel it in your lower back too much, continue with the single leg. Make sure you're breathing. And now the legs are going to come like a frog in, and you're going to press the weight forward, and they're going to extend out. But notice that when I'm extending my legs out, I'm not dropping them on the ground, and I'm straightening them out all the way. If you go like this, you're going to put so much pressure on your lower back, you won't be able to do the move. So here, extend them all the way out. Boom, just like that. In and out. If you just can't get them straight, put them down on the ground. Great job on your pikes. Now we're gonna move into challenging your abs in yet another way. So, I want you to get onto your mat and you're going to place your elbow right underneath your shoulder and your hand's gonna be straight out from that. Your feet are gonna be stacked and all we're gonna do is practice on just lifting our hips up off of our elbow and dropping. Now, it's really important that the shoulder doesn't stay crunched up like this. We're gonna press the shoulder down directly over our elbow. Now, if this is just not happening for you right now, which it's completely normal if it's not, I want you just to practice going like this with your shoulder. So releasing your shoulder and engaging your shoulder because it's all connected. And so if we start to train all of this to wake up, eventually you'll be able to do this and engage all the way down. If you're able to do this, then I want you to reach up and hold. And down. And reach up. And drop. Reach. One more. Okay, now we're gonna roll to our stomachs before we go to the other side. Feet together, and we're going to practice lifting our abdominals up in this position. I don't want you to sway in your back, and I don't want you to lift too much in your butt. Try and keep everything in a nice straight line, shoulders down, neck reaching long. A lot to think about, I know. And down. And back up. Really suck the abdominals in. Pull them in. And drop. Now this time we're going to touch our knees down 5 times. So drop your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Okay, so next we're going to lift up and alternate our feet 10 times. And pull up. Lift one leg and point the toe. Extend the leg straight. 2. Keep the stomach pulling in. 3, 4, 5. Really pull the muscles in. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And drop. Come up. Now, we're going to face forward. Our hands are going to be in a push-up position, and our hips are down like this. Now, I'm going to push up, lift one leg in an attitude position to the side, place it down, and drop the hips. Other side. Five more. Two more. Okay, so now we're going to go to the other side. I want you to make sure that your elbow is placed right underneath your shoulder. Feet are stacked. And remember, if you start like this just so that you understand the engaging of the shoulder. So we're here, and you're going to lift up if you can. Let's just do this a few times before we do our one with the arm reaching. Good. Now reach up 5 times. And up. Relax. You should really feel the abs on the side. Lift, lift, lift those hips. And one more. Pull to your stomach. And press up. And relax. Once more, just to get the position. Tuck your ribs in. And now we're gonna let our knees touch the floor 5 times. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Relax down. We're gonna alternate our feet 10 times. Keep the abs pulling in, back nice and flat. And 1, 2, 3. Don't let the hips tilt. 4, 5. Keep the shoulders down. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax down. Come back. Stretch out your lower back. Take your forehead to the mat and reach your fingers forward. And come up. Now, we're gonna have you lay on your side. Extend your legs out. And we're gonna bring the knee up and down. Up. We're changing the angle and the rotation of your knee. It's gonna be facing forward and it's gonna come up to your shoulder. And pulse. Now cross your right foot in front of your left foot and you're gonna bring your legs up and back. So you're getting this back part as well. So down and up and reach. You're gonna kind of move forward with your upper body a little bit. And over to the other side. We're still working your abs a little bit on the side here. Getting ready to pulse. And pulse up. And cross the foot in front of the other foot. Lift up and back. Now we're just starting to work down the abs and where the abs connect with your hip flexors and your glute. So we're just working our way down. And last one. Very good. Okay, now we're gonna move on to our first leg series. So you're going to be kneeling. I'm gonna face you. So your hands are going to be here like in a push-up position, and your leg is gonna be pointed out to the side. Now our knee is facing forward, and we're gonna lift our leg as high as we can to the side. 1, the opposite arm can bend a little bit so that you get more range of motion out of your leg. These are really important because it's not just our abs that take a beating during pregnancy. Our hips expand and our back, our spine even changes position, so we have to get everything back together. Okay, now we're gonna take our leg back behind us in an attitude position and lift. Get it as high as you can. I want really good range of motion and arch back into it. Three more, keep your toe pointed. And now we're gonna pulse up. It would be nice for you to extend your neck now to where you're looking at the ground and your neck is just an extension of your spine. So once you see the movement, go ahead and look down and count to 20. Extend your leg behind you now, and we're gonna bring the knee into the shoulder. Very good. You want your leg to extend behind you in the same plane as your hip. Really pull the knee forward. Toe nice and pointed. Last one. Now you're gonna take your leg back at a diagonal. It's gonna start over here and it's gonna sweep right across up to the ceiling at a diagonal. Just like that. You should really feel this one on the outside of your bottom. The leg stays completely straight. Two more. Okay, take a brief stretch, and then we're gonna go to the other side. Back in this position, arms straight, other leg pointed to the side, and we're gonna start. And lift. You're doing really well. Stay with it. Lift your leg as high as you can. Even if it's just a little bit right now, you'll be able to get the range that you had before. Your hips might be a little bit tight right now. Straight behind you in an attitude, lifting up. This attitude position is a great position to work your butt in. Just a slightly bent knee. Don't bend it too much because you'll really lose the effectiveness of the move. Make sure you're still breathing. If you want to, exhale on the lift. And pulse Remember with the pulses, it's nice to keep your neck in line with your spine. So gaze at the floor. Now extend the legs straight behind you and bring your knee to your shoulder. Remember to keep the leg directly behind your hip. Don't lift it too high and don't let it droop to the floor. Give it a nice pull. It's working your obliques as well. It's great to have your baby nearby while you're doing this. You could have it right on the ground in front of you. And now we're going to go diagonal and lift it up. Anything so that you get your workout in. It's very important and very difficult to find time for yourself right now. Very good. Make sure that you're really feeling this on the outside of your bottom, into your outer thigh. You're going to be feeling it in your supporting leg as well. That's completely normal. Two more. Very well done. Good. Now you can get up. Okay, now we're just gonna do some simple butt lifts after that to get the inside. So heels together, and you're gonna lift in and up. Make sure that your upper body is nice and relaxed, and that you're feeling it right here. You're isolating right at the bottom of your glute. Try and get the best range that you can up to the ceiling. Release, bring it in, and lift it up. And last one. Very well done. Now we're gonna stand up and do your arms. In this first section, we're gonna use our arms as our own resistance. So I really want you to keep your arms very straight, pulling apart from one another, and follow along with me. It's very normal for you to gain weight in your arms during your pregnancy as well, but you can get them back and they'll be beautiful and tiny. You get lots of great definition back. And if you work the rotations properly, all of the skin will come back with your muscle as well. Keep the shoulders down, neck really long. Reach, reach. Break at the wrist and down. It's really important that you are detailed with how my rotations are going, even with my wrist. Another side. And pull back. and straight. Reach. So the palms are down the first time, and then they're up the second. Down. Gonna lift the shoulder. Other side. Little bitty lift with the hands at the end. Hold out, pull. And to the center. Reach out and pull. Okay, now I need you to grab your 3-pound weights, only 3 pounds. If 3 pounds are too difficult, you can do 1 or 2, but nothing more than 3. Reach up. And out to the side. Make sure you keep your shoulders down, other side. Reach up. And out to the side. Both arms out to the side. You're gonna take one arm down and reach. Elbow goes right behind your back. And now it's gonna go over your head. Keep the other arm out. And straighten other arm behind your back. And reach it over your head. Both arms straight up to the ceiling and down to your hips. Slight bend. Good. And palms to the ceiling. Arms straight. And lift them straight up to a high V position. And down. And up. Very good. You should really feel your abs during this too. Everything should be involved. And legs apart, reach up and over. Other side. And down. You did a really great job. Now we're going to cool your body down. I want your feet in second position apart, and we're going to just bend and stretch. Nice little pliés. And arms out to the side. Pulse and hips to the side. Stretch over. Now you're going to do just like a curtsy position, stretching to the side. Open up. Another side. And back out to the center. Switch. As you reach forward, press your bottom back to the back wall so you feel a stretch in your hamstring. And first position, heels together, toes apart. Just some little plies. Good. Squeeze your bottom. And rise up on the balls of your feet. Releve up and down, up, down. Good. Bring your feet parallel. We're going to stretch to one side and reach your opposite arm around. And other side. And stretch to one side. And the other side, toe up. Very good. Please don't get discouraged. Please keep with it. Remember that it took 9 months for your body to change in order to have the baby, so it takes a while for it to get back in shape. The important thing is that you give daily attention to it and that you are patient with yourself and patient with your muscles waking up, because it is a long process but so important, and you will get your skin back to the muscle and everything will come back in order, but it is hard work, but you can do it.
In December of 2006, I was lucky enough to meet Tracy Anderson, and I had given birth to my son about 6 months before, and I still had a lot of baby weight. And after my first pregnancy, the weight had come off a little bit better, but after the second one, it was very stubborn. It was really hanging on. We just worked really hard, and it came off, and you know, my skin was right to my muscle, and I didn't have any weird bumps or hanging skin, and my stomach went all the way back in. I really never thought that that would be possible after having 2 babies in quick succession. It was not easy, and it was, when I started, it was by far the hardest thing I had ever done. But I really was seeing results, so it motivated me to just work through it. You know, every woman can make time, every woman, and you can do it with your baby in the room. There have been countless times where I've worked out with my kids crawling around all over the place. You know, you just make it work, and if it's important to you, it'll be important to them.
I started out as a dancer. I danced my entire life. I went to school in New York, and at 19, I had a large weight gain. Even though I was dancing at school a lot, it wasn't enough to keep my weight down. It just was something that was just genetic. I wanted to be able to diet, and that was very, very challenging for me. I have a really big appetite, so I decided to try and after school go to a gym and do cardio, because that's what you think you should do to lose weight. And then my body really started to change into a more muscular, stocky, kind of like gymnastic sort of looking figure. Even though I was losing a bit of weight, it wasn't what they wanted at school. And so I wanted to see if I could develop a program that could take any woman from any genetic background and turn them into a teeny tiny dancer type where they could, if they had the talent, be in the New York City Ballet. I started trying and testing many different forms of fitness. I just started on myself first. I tried Pilates and I tried spinning and step aerobics and you name it. I tried everything. Nothing worked on me, not even dieting. And then I just started basically at that point, an 8-year-long research project, piecing together different pieces of exercise that put together and morphed into this sort of like New York City Ballet type body. I started testing on different women, myself personally, training different women with different problem areas and different body types to see if what I found to be true, on paper, would it actually really work? And it can be done. It really works. I used to teach, my mat classes and dance aerobics classes all the time, and people that attended those regularly changed so much, like multiple sizes, and everybody's arms became like teeny tiny and cute. Those times are very rewarding for me, and I'm so happy that I can share it through video now because I can bring it to so many more people. Basically, with my method, you have to do the mat work, the muscular structure change work, and you have to do the cardio work as well. The two go together. And to be honest with you, I don't like you doing anything else because I know exactly what those two things are gonna do for you, and I know the results that they're going to get, and you don't have to think about it. You just need to do the mat work, do the cardio work 5 to 6 days a week, and you will just love the results.